Alright, howdy folks, time for something a little bit different here. My mic in position here. But yeah, today we are doing a cube draft. And I have a little bit of a different philosophy when it comes to cube than a lot of people who cube. Everyone always tries to make the broken blue decks and stuff. I mean, not really my style. I tend to go a couple different directions, but I like going the mana denial prison type decks. Alright, well, in that vein, I think I'll pick up opposition. Opposition is one of the best ways to lock out your opponents in the cube. So, pretty interested in that. You're normally not blue in the prison type decks, though in theory you could be, but opposition's, the main reason to do that. The most obvious way to draft an opposition deck is to draft like blue-green, get a lot of mana dorks. That way you can get opposition out quickly and you'll have a bunch of little guys to tap down their stuff with. Though, I kind of wonder if like a blue-white version with, white's got a lot of token generation in this format. So, for example, History of Benalia. And that could also be a way to go. But yeah, definitely going to take opposition here and see where that goes. There's plenty of other good cards in the pack. Ancient Tomb is okay. I mean, the life does add up against certain decks. Lightning Bolt, if you wanted to go red. Like Vendilion Clique's a fine card, but definitely opposition's got more upside. Wow, we got two really good cards here. We have a Mox Pearl and a Mana Crypt. Both are broken. I don't actually know which one's better. My intuition is Mana Crypt. Though if we wound up actually white, then we probably prefer the Mox Pearl. But yeah, I think I'll take Mana Crypt here and be pretty happy about that. I assume they must have taken like another piece of power from this pack, so it was a pretty stacked pack. If these weren't here, then the pack's pretty bad. Like almost nothing I would want. Maybe like a Green Sun Zenith or something. Kind of good with mana dorks and all of that. But yeah, we'll take the Mana Crypt and see what happens from there. We won't be too married to our opposition pick. Mana Crypt's obviously good in lots and lots of decks. So let's go with Mana Crypt. Someone's getting a pack 1, pick 3 Mox Pearl. So pretty nice for them. Okay, so what do we got here? Well, a lot of interesting options. I don't think I want to pick Teferi, because it actually doesn't go great with either of my first picks. Like in a Teferi deck, you kind of don't want Mana Crypt. Like, I mean, you play both of them, but, I mean, Teferi's not generally going in a very fast deck, and you have to worry about your life total. Obviously not really good with opposition. Those kind of go in different decks. Phantasmal Image is kind of whatever. Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot that really excites me. I may just actually take Teferi here and just see where that goes. I mean, turn 3 Teferi, nothing to sneeze at. If we go that route. Like Spectral Procession, but not ready to make that jump quite yet. Alright, now what do we have in this pack? Well, Bitter Blossom is pretty good with opposition. I mean, blue-black's generally not where opposition's going to be at its greatest. In fact, that's maybe the worst color combination for it. Blue-red's not great either, but maybe you could get like a Pyromancer or something going with it. But, yeah, I mean, other than the Bitter Blossom, like the blue and the white, we have one blue and one white card. Neither of these really excite me. I mean, this would kind of fit with like a token strategy with the opposition. Maybe Legion's Landing is better, but Legion's Landing could come back. We'll have 4 cards left in this pack, so it's actually not super likely. But I think I'll take Bitter Blossom. Just not that excited by the Legion's Landing there. So we're a little bit all over the place with our first few picks, but I think that's okay. So I think it's probably just a scrub land here. Not guaranteed that we're going to be white and black. Could also consider taking an Everflowing Chalice. It's pretty good with the Mana Crypt, just to ramp us even harder. Get a turn 2 Teferi that way. I don't know if we're actually going to wind up like Esper colors, in which case we would want the scrub land. It's always good to have access to the dual lands just for fetching and all of that. But I'm just not sure we're going to wind up all of those colors. I think I do want Everflowing Chalice, but man, the deck is really unclear what we're doing so far, I'll be honest. So we got another X artifact here. In the form of the Walking Ballista. Pretty good with our acceleration that we've already got. Another option would be Hero's Downfall, which is a card I do like, but it is double black, a little bit committal right now. Kind of don't hate the Walking Ballista. We also have half of our picks. If we take Walking Ballista, half of our picks already are artifacts, and there are some nice artifact synergy cards out there, like Tolarian Academy. I guess Workshop, though it doesn't really do anything with the Mana Crypt. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of Artifacts Matters cards out there. Okay, well, I think this is an uncontroversial place to pick up a Hallowed Fountain. It is a dual land, not an alpha beta unlimited dual land, but that's not that important. So I will pick this up here. So far, opposition's looking pretty bad in our deck. We could just wind up being like a blue-white control deck, and really we're not even that committed to any of these colors, because we've got basically like one white card, one blue card, one black card, and two of the cards kind of don't synergize with anything else that we've got going on. They synergize with each other, but Bitter Blossom in opposition, not really that great with like Teferi and just Artifact Men. I mean, they're fine, but okay. Well, if we wanted to stay in like a Teferi type deck, then I could see Moat being a pretty reasonable card. It's going to shut down mini decks. And I don't really want Chromox. Leyline of Sanctity doesn't interest me. I don't think we need Needle Spires. Don't think we're going to be a Rich Import deck, so I think I'll just take Moat. Could just be a sideboard card. We'll have to see. Okay, so no one respects the Ancient Tomb here. Maybe not unreasonably. History of Benalia would be good if we go for opposition. I think I might take History of Benalia here. Ancient Tomb, I mean, obviously it's like a lot worse than Mana Crypt, but it's kind of the same thing. Like if you're going for like a control deck, then taking all that damage from your mana is pretty rough. I think I'll take History of Benalia here. Just see where all of this goes. I guess that is a token generator, so maybe blue-white opposition can work. I don't really want any of these other cards, so take that. Well, that's definitely a token card. We really have to have pretty good fixing for this card to be good in our deck, but probably can make that work. Phantasmal Image I don't love when you don't have a lot of creatures. Like, and actually the two creatures I could copy would be terrible because it's a legend and this would be a 0/0. So I think I'll just take Spectral Procession here. See if we can make something happen. So we get back Legion's Landing. Well, this may not be a terrible start. Could even play this one drop. Wow. I mean, so we could just wind up mono white, which is actually perversely one of my favorite decks in the format. Be nice. Probably really want to try to beat blue white because in mono white, as strange as the sentence is, you really want opposition. I mean, at that point, obviously, you're not mono white. Teferi is really not that great of a card to splash there, so, but opposition is. Okay, so this is interesting packs. We do have a Tolarian Academy, but don't think that's gonna be that good in our deck. At one point we had a high percentage of artifacts, but that point has passed. So our other options are realistically Counterspell, I suppose Enlightened Tutor. You could use that to get a moat or an opposition. Or I guess like Walking Ballista or Artifact Mana, though. Seems a little bit less likely. Student of Warfare is going to like wheel basically 100% of the time. We got a Mother of Runes literally 15th pick, so don't think I'm worried about taking him right here. If we're a less heavy white deck, we could take Counterspell. Probably the most powerful card in the pack. Yeah, I don't really expect Hellenic Academy to do anything in this deck. Just gonna normally be a land that taps for 0 to 1 mana. Because we're not really looking to pick up a bunch of signets, so I guess I'll take Counterspell here, but there's a very good chance we don't play it. Alright, well, now we've got some interesting picks. Elspeth quite good with opposition. Geist of Saint Trap just pretty good as a beatdown card in a blue-white deck. I guess good with opposition because you can tap down the guys who can block Geist and then get in for the full damage. May just take Elspeth here though. Elspeth gives us a way to win through Moat, though for mono white I doubt we're playing Moat. Yeah, I think I'll take Elspeth here. Still, I guess a few ways we could go with this deck, though it's looking more and more like we're going to be like kind of a white aggressive deck, and there's a chance we don't play blue at all. Because really the only good blue card we have for this strategy is opposition, and you know, hell of a card to splash. So let's go ahead and take Elspeth. Alright, well we got some more broken artifact mana, but not really the deck that takes the most advantage of it. So I may just take Lean in Relic Border. I like the card quite a bit. I mean, if you can hit a Signet with it, then you're kind of like a 2 mana Avalanche Riders. It doesn't require Echo. So, and we do need 2 drops here. So let's assume we're not playing these blue cards. Let's go ahead and take that. Probably not going to play the Moat either. Okay, so we got a couple options here. We got Arid Mesa, which fetches our Hallowed Fountain. But I'm kind of off the blue strat for now. I just think the mana is not going to work out that well. So I think I'll take Selfless Spirit. It's another good 2-drop. You know, protects you against Wrath, protects your higher value guys like a Brimaz or something like that. Fiend Hunter's not a card I'm too thrilled with in my deck, but yeah, I think we'll take that. Council's Judgment's okay, but I don't value the O-Ring type effects that highly, and I basically put that in the same category. Obviously you can get like Trinae Nemesis or Progenitus with it, which is nice. Okay, well here's another interesting pick. So we have Figure of Destiny and Angel of Invention. So let's go ahead, we're going to play Walking Ballista. Walking Ballista is just so good. So Angel of Invention or Figure of Destiny. We would really probably like both. We do already have a healthy number of 1-drops, and I don't find Figures really that much better than any of the other ones. It's rare you even get them to a 4/4, I find. That being said, the deck doesn't love 5-drops, but if you get 5-drops, this is one of the better cards because it just fits so well with so many things you're doing. Just the Anthem on a flyer and getting some extra tokens, stuff like that, is pretty good. We wouldn't mind a Caracas either, but it's not a high priority pick. So I think I'll take Angel Invention here. Maybe that guy will wheel, but probably not. I think uncontroversially here, take a Hero Bladehold. It's not an amazing card because you have to untap with it and everything, but we don't have a ton of 4-drops yet. Don't want a ton in this deck. Like you want to be pretty low to the ground. The biggest thing, and it's also another good thing, this deck, since we've got the Mana Crypt, I'm probably not playing Everflowing Chalice in this deck. But since we got the Mana Crypt, it makes this guy a little bit better. Just because you kind of do want some things to ramp out with it. Alright, well, I think here we'll pick up a Banishing Light. Don't really need... I don't love Fiend Hunter to begin with. Banisher Priest is, I guess, about the same. Okay. Well, there's Crucible, which, you know, can be good in this deck if you get some of the land destruction stuff most of the way through. I mean, this is the last new pack in Pack 3. We haven't seen Wasteland or Strip Mine yet. Or Pack 2, I should say. So I don't think I'm going to take that. I could take a Concealed Courtyard, but I think I'll just take a Linvala and put it in the sideboard. It's pretty good against the mono green decks. We got Mana Crypt that can ramp it out. So there is that. So every card we considered taking came back, but I'll take Student of Warfare. I think I like him better than Figure of Destiny in general. Wouldn't surprise me if we get Figure of Destiny back. So Geist came back, but I think I'm off the blue plan for now. So I think I'll just take Angel of Sanctions. Probably not going to main deck it, but there are decks against which I would like to have it. So I believe the next pack may have our Figure of Destiny in it. We don't really need the Figure of Destiny. None of these cards matter. Okay, I think that was the Figure of Destiny pack. So, but we got 4 1-drops already, so I'm not too concerned about that. It's unfortunate I think we passed a Rishon import in one of the early packs. No, there's Figure of Destiny. Yeah, we're probably going to cut one of these 1-drops even. I like 1-drops, but I don't know if you need 5. Alright, well, I mean, our deck is okay. The big things we're missing, we're just basically like an aggro deck. And that's not really where I want to be in this format. I want to be disruptive and aggressive. So hopefully pack 3 will bail us out a little bit, because if you're just trying to be like a fast deck, putting creatures onto the battlefield and killing them, your opponent's often going to have something pretty good to say about that. Alright, well, this pack is pretty bad for us. I'm not a big fan of Mirror and Crusader. Obviously not really a balanced deck, because it's just going to usually be wrathing all of our creatures. I basically don't like anything in this deck. I guess I'm going to wind up taking Mirror and Crusader, but not really being that happy with it. We've already got a lot of 3-drops. I think blue is off. So, I'm not sure what else we would even take. So, yeah, I think we just take Mirror Crusader. It's pretty bad. We may not even play it. I don't think I want to main deck this Fiend Hunter. Alright, so here we've got a couple of basically just mediocre options in the form of Restoration Angel and Hangerback Walker. I'm probably going to take the Hangerback Walker. Restoration Angel doesn't do that much in our deck. Like, obviously it's just like a flash flyer and it can save a guy, but the one guy with useful enter the battlefield effect, unfortunately, is an Angel, which just cannot blink. And we do need like 2-drops. It's also good with the Mana Crypt, so I think we'll just take that. I'm not a big fan of Revel Arc. That was not totally unplayable, but I think I'll take the Hangerback here. Alright, another pretty bad pack. Flicker Wisp is okay. I mean, there's not much more to say. It's just okay. This can at least blink our Angel Invention, which is something. Ooh, okay, 2 good cards for us. 3 good cards for us here. I really like Honor of the Pure, Thalia, and Dismember. I don't think it's Honor of the Pure just because that's by far the most likely to wheel, and I think we have other needs in our deck. Like Thalia provides some of that disruption that I was talking about, whereas Dismember is cheap creature interaction, and I usually like to have... Like, Dismember is one of my favorite cards in these decks, just because any kind of 1-mana removal is good. I think often it's just better than Swords of Plowshares, and quite a bit better than Path. If you're going on a mana denial strategy, then giving them extra land with Path is pretty rough. Thalia could come back. Problem is we want 3 cards out of this pack. We're not getting 3 cards out of this pack. And I think Thalia may just be too good to pass up on here. I do like Dismember a lot. Alright, I'm going to take Thalia. One thing that can be a little bit sketchy about Thalia is sometimes these decks have a lot of non-creatures, actually. So like Elsbeth and Vanishing Light and Spectral Procession, so it can actually be a little bit more symmetrical than you would like. Alright, well, this pack's not good for us. There's a Celestial Colonnade, but we really don't have any incentive to be blue at this point. So I could take this for the sideboard in case we play against like another creature deck, but I don't love it. How good is Monastery Mentor in our deck? We've only got 6 things that trigger it. On the other hand, I'm not taking land tax, so I guess I'll take Monastery Mentor. Good chance we don't wind up playing it. Yeah, I would say this has not been an ideal pack for us. Really even an ideal draft. Alright, Sword of Body and Mind, I'll probably just keep that in the sideboard. Well, we have a Stoneforge Mystic to seek it up, or to search it up if we want, but Parallax Wave is an excellent card. It just, a lot of times it's just 4 mana, kill all their creatures and kill them. And we're not glutted at 4 quite yet. Okay, here's our opening pack, which was god-awful, and it remains god-awful. Let's take Balance, I guess. Don't know when we'd want that, but alright, Revelar may have to make the cut. How many things does it get back? Gets back a Mentor if we play it, a Crusader. Doesn't get back Brimaz, doesn't really get back Hanger back. Gets back Thalia, Selfless Spirit, Relic Ward, all of our 1-drops. Alright, we did get Honor of the Pure back, didn't get back, what was the other card? Dismember, not that surprising. Definitely will play Honor of the Pure though. Relic does get back Angel Invention, which is pretty nice. Alright, land tax, I guess. In theory, you can sideboard that card in. Okay, this deck's pretty medium. Like, the premium cards for this sort of deck are really like Winter Orb, Tangle Wire type cards, and we just didn't get those. We also didn't get a Rishadan. We didn't see Strip Miner Wasteland. We did pass a Rishadan Port when it looked like we might be more like a blue control deck, but that didn't happen. So this is really 23 cards. I count Mana Crypt as a land. I mean, it's taps for 2 for 0 mana, so probably just fill out the rest with plains. Could even play 1 more creature, though. We do have these X-Bells and a couple 5-drops. So I don't think I will. I don't think I want any of these cards in my side. We've got some potent sideboard cards, but I don't think we want any of them in our main deck. Yeah, I'm not that impressed with this card in general. Even if you're connecting, it's just sometimes not doing enough. Like if you just connect like 3 turns in a row, yes, you milled them out. But till then, you're just getting a 2/2 each turn. So maybe board it in if the protections are relevant, but other than that, yeah, I think we'll just go with a bunch of plains here. And yeah, the deck's pretty medium. I'd give this deck like a D. Because, like I said, we're kind of just a white aggro deck. And I just find that's often not good enough. I mean, we'll have reasonable draws against, you know, decks that are trying to play somewhat fairly or decks that stumble at all, but we don't have many ways. Like if we play against a deck that's got a very good proactive plan, they're probably just going to beat us. But this is a pretty good hand. We have the Legion's Landing, our really 1 piece of disruption here. Our opponent's mulled to 5, so everything's hitting on all cylinders, let's just say. We're going to be up 3 cards on our opponents. Let's run the draw. Alright, so get down Legion's Landing, and definitely just going to be playing Thalia next turn. Let's get rid of our draw step stop. If our opponent's got anything on 2. He has a Sylvan Caryatid. Let's go and attack, and we'll play Thalia. Green-white, not known for having tons of non-creature spells, but doesn't affect us negatively at all. I think it's better to get Thalia into play than Hangerback Walker. This does prevent him from playing like a 4-drop Planeswalker next turn, which could be annoying. Get a free point of life here. Thalia and pass the turn. Could also burn him from just casting a 3-drop. You know, he did mull to 5, so may not have a giant amount of land. Alright, so he's gonna have plenty of mana. Yeah, that's why it's nice to have a Dismember, just to be able to get rid of one of these guys. Because he's gonna have tons of mana, so I mean if he's just got, well I guess we have to, well we can, I was gonna say we have to Banishing Light that guy, but we cannot Banishing Light that guy with Thalia in play. So we'll just attack with our Thalia. And then I'll play a Hangerback Walker and hope he doesn't have anything giant next turn. Because he's going to have 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Potentially 6. So not great. I mean, if it's something Banishing Light deals with relatively cleanly, then we're still in okay shape, but a lot of expensive stuff in the cube is not just going to be so tidily dealt with. Because we do get to flip Legion's Landing next turn, but it doesn't excite me all that much. Well, on the other hand, it would allow us to ramp right into Angel of an Invention. Alright, he's got a Garruk. So Garruk should be dealt with pretty cleanly by Banishing Light, regardless of the mode he goes for. Alright, so we can just Banishing Light, Wall of Roots, and then swing with everything at Garruk. I think that will be the play. So cuts him down on mana. I guess we could also just leave the Wall of Roots in play, Banishing Light, Garruk, and attack him, but I think I prefer to get rid of the Wall of Roots. It does come down on mana a little bit, and he's at a high enough life total where I'm not that worried about doing damage directly to him. Alright, well, this will be pretty good with Angel Invention if we wind up with nothing else to do with our mana. I have a feeling it's not really going to be how this game goes, but we'll see. Well, he's got Pro Art deck. Okay, well, I think it's just Angel of Invention and attack with, I guess, everything except for the Hangerback Walker. Probably better to start getting at least one counter on the Hangerback Walker here. So let's go ahead and play that. So Hangerback can block, well, I was going to say it can block the thing with the swords, but I think we're going to get servos here, so we're going to be doing that anyway. Potentially threatening some kind of double block if he wants to attack with the sword. I guess we'd have to like triple block, but be okay too. He has to use much of his mana to think on. Actually, no, I would just double block with like Hangerback Walker plus a servo, and that seems pretty poor for him. And Parallax Wave should make it so that it's going to be pretty hard for us to lose. So he's dropping something truly fatty. Like an Avenger of Zendikar, which is a bit away mana-wise from doing. He doesn't currently get back a creature if he hits with Sword of Light and Shadow, so it's just like crappy lifelink. So I could even just consider taking a hit, but... And the only creature he's equipping it on is Dragon Tree Speaker, so I kind of have a feeling he's not going to be putting that card in harm's way. I don't know what I was saying that we'd have to triple block, because it'd only be 4 toughness, but probably would still triple block if he chose to attack for some reason. I was going to get our Adanto. I guess a reason to have left with Plains instead of Adanto. Because now we're going to have to commit to... So I guess he's just going to leave that back on defense, right? That'd be the only thing that makes any sense. Alright, well, I think we just leave up attack for 2 with our Angel, and then leave up Adanto. And Hangerback Walker is going to be big enough to attack next turn. We swung with everything. He'd like eat Thalia, block this, take 5, 9, go to 6. We get another 2/2. It's actually not that bad. And then Parallax Wave. Kind of does something. I mean, it doesn't do much. Maybe we should just attack with everything. Really puts him under pressure. And Parallax Wave, we'll have another 2/2 next turn, then we can Parallax Wave and get rid of some stuff the following turn. I think I like attacking with everything here. I don't think he's going to attack back with this guy. Yeah, I think so. He eats Thalia, blocks this 2/2, takes 5, 9 down to 6. Yeah, I think this just exerts maximum pressure. Possible it allows him to cast something he couldn't normally, but I think the pressure is worth it. He's got something. He's going to exile our permanent. Well, he's still losing 3 life from it, so I'm not that worried about it. So same, still going down to 6. I don't know, maybe been better for him to exile our angel image in there. I don't really care about this, because all it does is gain him 3 life, so it gets rid of a blocker. He wants to leave up his Stirring Wildwood, but not going to go so well against, well, I mean, first isn't he just like dead? Okay, so he can't even activate Stirring Wildwood now, so he's going to have something pretty good here. I mean, he's just dead on board. Is he? No, he's not quite dead on board. He goes to 1. Alright, so we do get to play both of those. Not sure we need to play the Parallax Wave though. Let's go ahead and attack, see what he's got. Okay, he's just conceded. He has had enough. Alright, so up against green-white, he had a pretty bad draw there, obviously. Mulliganing 2, 5. Should be a matchup where Linval is pretty amazing. Probably take out one of our 4-drops for it. Maybe like a Hero Blade Hold. Seems pretty reasonable. This guy's gonna be pro green, so that should be pretty good. So I guess he's also splashing black for the Anguish I'm making. Walking Ballista should be good. Hangerback Walker is okay. I forgot how bad Monastery Mentor is in our deck. Probably can find something better than that against him. Don't think Day of Judgment's really gonna be what we want. Could just go for like a Kill him with Flyer type strategy here and get this moat in there. Seems like he, I mean, hard to say. We didn't really see what he ramps into, but you would assume a green-white deck doesn't have tons of flyers. I guess white is a color with a lot of flyers, in theory. Sort of body in mind. Could be good. I guess I'll take that over the Mentor in this matchup. Yeah, maybe we'll bring in Moat in the final game. Should it come to that, but I think I'll just bring in this pretty mediocre sword instead. Don't think this is a keep. Don't really want 5 lands, and if there are situations where we want 5 lands, I don't think this is one of them. This hand looks pretty good though. Not sure how good Leonic Relic Order is against him, but I guess we'll find out. I don't think we need the Flicker Wisp here. I wouldn't put any non-land on bottom there, even though we kind of do want lands with this hand, but we could do better. Alright, so probably playing Thalia next turn. guess we just play Thalia. Even though it's going to get shut down pretty hard by his hand. Mirror Crusader plus Elsbeth could be a nice combo in the future. So, he missed a land drop, and we can kill that birds with the ballista. But I almost just want to get out this Mirror Crusader and start going to town. Because if I just play ballista, I mean, I'm not putting any pressure on him, so, you know, when you're not putting pressure on them, the land denial just doesn't do much. If he missed another, if he like does nothing this turn, then I'm pretty sure I'll kill that bird. Certainly if I draw land, I'll kill the bird. So now he's got 5 drops available. Hopefully it's perfect. So we have the perfect answer for that. If we draw land, we might now go Relic Order plus Ballista. We didn't, so we'll go Relic Order plus Student of Warfare though. Cannot play Legion's Landing for 1 mana with Thalia, unfortunately. Alright, let's go ahead and get that. Sure what putting the charge counter on it really does. Oh, not Legion's Landing. I meant to play Student of Warfare. Legion's Landing costs more mana. Unfortunately, our Thalia is going to prevent us from Elspeth Knight Erranting next turn. Alright, well he's got a 6-drop. If he wants it. Oh no, he's got to do the Wall of Roots first. Rookie mistake. Let's see what big 6-drop he's got here. Dramoka. Well, no one said it was going to be easy. Literally no one said that. Do we just get Ballista down for 2? So we'll attack for 4. He's going to come back for a bunch of lifelink. But if we draw land, then we get to play Elsbeth and hit him for 10, which seems pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll just do that. Kill that bird off. He's got more 6-drops lurking out in his hand, or God forbid 7-drops. If he attacks back with Dramoka, I think we're winning the race. I haven't done the math, but seems like we should be. Certainly if we draw land and we get to Elspeth, then we'll be in good shape. Sun Titan. Well, that's not great. It's going to stop our Mirror Crusader unless we draw a line. I guess we could shoot our own Thalia to play our Elsbeth. Might even be in order here. I guess the awkward thing is he gets to block with the birds. No, he doesn't because it's pro-green. Let's see what we draw. So we don't need to do that. We can just start tinning him. He does get to kill that with Dramoka next turn. Not really anything we can do about that, I guess. So he'll take 10, go to 7. Yeah, it's going to be hard to win, I think. It'd be real hard to win this one. Maybe a parallax wave. So it goes to 12, and then we get 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I don't even think parallax wave would quite do it, though we probably would win the game if we drew parallax wave. Not if the hits keep coming though. He's activating Wall of Roots, so I feel like that means he's going to be casting. Or he's going to be spending all 7 of his manas. Garuk. Choosing not to attack with Sun Titan, I guess. I think we just take the Sun Titan hit here. Not any great blocks. Yeah, I don't think we can win. Don't think Figure of Destiny is the answer, though it does become a 4/4 right away. Maybe just turning this into an 8/8 eventually is going to be our path forward. So if we draw land, we can do it. He gets to draw a bunch of cards next turn, which sucks. Not sure how we can stop that. I mean, we could put a counter on Ballista and shoot it twice, but might just have to fade him drawing 6 cards. Seems pretty rough, but unless, other than suiciding a bunch of creatures at it, I just don't see it happening, so I guess we're just gonna have to live with that. So I think we just pass here and we're gonna pump our Figure of Destiny on his turn. Yeah, drawing 6 cards is gonna be tough to beat. Do have to block Sun Titan here. Maybe just block with Ballista and kill Garruk. This guy does block Dramoka forever, I guess. But opponent also has 8 cards in hand, so not feeling too likely here. Yep. Now he's got even more mana to work with. Sure, more cards. He's only got 4 mana to work with. Or no, did he even use Wall of Roots here? Maybe he did use Wall of Roots. It's better to chump block with Student Warfare than a Ballista. Maybe Ballista does something in the future. Like, if we don't draw anything next turn, we might just pump up Ballista. Not sure what we'd have to draw though, because it have to be not a land and not a spell we want to cast. This guy's not vigilant, right? No. I think we just block with Student of Warfare. think this would be my first time. I've played with Figure of Destiny so many times, but this would be my first time to actually turn him into an 8/8, but it's not going to happen. And now we just die to Dramoka. Cool story, bro. Okay. So, green and white. So I'm feeling Day of Judgment's just not going to do it. I don't think Moat's what we want. Angel of Sanctions could be okay. Maybe it's better than a Revel Arc, actually. Angel of Sanctions is probably better than Revel Arc. Maybe Archangel of Thune actually could be pretty solid. Because he's unlikely to kill our guys, so it's going to maybe create overwhelming board presence. Have Legions landing. Is that the only way to gain life? Yeah, let's put an Archangel of Thune over... what? Maybe just like a... don't know how good Brimaz is going to be. I don't think Sword of Body of Mind. And it's kind of like cutting a 5-drop. So I think this is an okay config. Nice to draw that Mana Crypt. Though not, clearly not the best deck to take advantage of Mana Crypt. Though even if it's only tapping for 1, that's still a fairly broken card. They certainly wouldn't be printing this card that taps for 1 nowadays. And you know, sometimes you can use it to like double spell, or we do have, you know, some of these expensive cards. I guess you can also do turn 2 Spectral Procession with them. It's kind of cool. Maybe there's some way we could play Day of Judgment, but I don't know. Just all these, we have 5 1-drops, so and especially on the play, I don't think we want to be like sandbagging stuff. Because what are we going to be doing on like the first 3 turns? Get like Honor if you're into play. Guess you could have draws with Day of Judgment and Selfless Spirit or Hangerback Walker. That could be good. Get Elspeth Ultimate then Day of Judgment. It's a good plan, right? Yeah, I don't think that's the route we want to go. Definitely want to play first. Can't complain that much about this hand. We've got 2 of the cards we sideboarded in. We got a Blitz on 2, Spectral Possession on 3. Hopefully the Linvala shuts him down. It'd be great to draw a Mana Crypt. Some pretty interesting choices. Yeah, I'm just gonna play Ballista and see if he wants to level up. I will kill it if he levels up, even though Linvala will shut it down. It just doesn't shut it down fast enough, and then he'll waste his whole turn. So it seems like it should be pretty good. Fortunately, this wasn't our opener because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he doesn't have anything else to do, he will level this up just to make us commit to using the Ballista. Okay. Probably just attacks with the Tree Speaker here, right? No? Alright, so History Benalia or Spectral Procession. Both seem like fine choices. This does scare me a little bit because you can just get something giant out next turn. I guess I like the Spectral Procession here. If he gets a Planeswalker down, then the Flyers I think will be useful. Still will shoot his guy if he wants to level it up. So I'll cut him off 2 mana for the turn. And don't know that we're going to draw another land next turn in order to play our Linvala Keeper of Silence. What does that mean to keep the Keeper of Silence? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we'll shoot it. So he's probably not doing anything that great this turn. Oh, he's doing something. Okay, I mean, definitely could be worse. Right, well now we have an interesting choice. Definitely gonna get him for 3. Probably just get Brimaz down here. He can attack into more things than a Night token can. Though if there's something that can block both of them, then it's better to have the Benalia down. So it's a bit hard to say. He's going to have access to 5 mana this turn, which is not that different from last turn. 6 mana, I should say. With the land route. Something like a Sun Titan wouldn't be great to see. Or Dramoka, for that matter. Alright, well, I think we just get down History of Benalia plus the Sky Marcher Aspirant. I'll actually have the City's Blessing, not that it matters. He's going to have access to 5 or 6 mana this turn. Yeah, Dramoka's a beating. That's why it's good to have the cheap creature removal. The Dismember wouldn't do much against it. At least on its own. But something like a Swords of Plowshares would be pretty perfect for this card. The old 1 mana answer to a 6 mana card. Pretty solid. If he attacks, we're sort of coming back pretty well, but if he don't, then we're pretty brick walled. We need like a Banishing Light or something, ideally. I'm guessing he's just going to guard his Garruk. Alright, well I think we just get down the Archangel of Thune now. And I mean, we've got a pretty impressive board here. Granted, it's totally blanked by his single creature. Didn't add a counter to his relic. But he's gonna have still a million mana, 4, 5, 7 mana. Could have had 8. He's threatening the over on this turn. Too worried about that. Alright, he might be kind of out of gas here. If he's not, probably could play pretty much any card in his hand here. Don't know that we needed that. So I think we'll just play our Linvala and pass. Like we could kill his Garruk. lose this guy and get a counter on all of our dudes. Is that worth it? Probably worth it. So we send like all the flyers at Garrick, everything else at him. Presumably blocks here. And then blocks like this on this or something. Doesn't seem to have a great block for the beast. He's got any kind of instant. It's a little bit unfortunate for us, but I guess we'll do that. By every flyer, I'm going to send this guy at him. So I'm going to send these flyers at Garuk. Not the greatest attack I've ever made in my life, but not sure it's going to get a lot better. And yeah, if he's got an instant, then no bueno. Looks like no such thing. So we do at least have a bunch of giant guys. Don't think we're going to be doing too much better there with the... He's probably going to untap his monolith here, I assume. I mean, we got a lot of power on board. Gotta give us that. If we just swing again next turn, he blocks this, gains 5, goes to 17, takes 7, 13, 16, 18. So if he has like absolutely nothing, then we do are technically threatening with the next turn. Seems a bit unlikely, but it could be totally flooded. He just conceded. I can't believe it. I don't know if I would have gone for it if he just like left man open. But all right, I'll take it. All right, let's get into round 2. Chain C4. Don't think we can keep this one-lander, especially on the play. Probably mulligan on the draw as well. Since highly mediocre, but definitely got to keep it. It does give us something to do on turn 2, though kind of really want lands with this hand. Guess we bottom that. Like it gets us a 1/1 into play, but then if that delays us from playing our 3 and 4 drops, it's definitely not worth it. Playing against another one of these decks. We got a 1-drop anyway, which I guess in this scenario is better. I'll leave up mana here just to threaten like Dismember or Swords of Plowshare. Though I'm sure he'll still activate his Tree Speaker and just accept that that would be a blowout, which we cannot accomplish. Yep. Probably play. Oh, definitely going to be a match where we want Linvala. Maybe that to be a land. So he's got access to 6 mana. We have access to 2. One might call that a sizable advantage. I'd call it that. If he spends like 5 or 6 mana this turn, certainly if he spends. Oh jeez, so he's got access to even more mana, so we're probably just out on the spot here. I would assume. Because he's going to spend even more than 6 mana. I mean, like our chances if he was spending. Wow, what is he casting? Emrakul or something? Kozilek, Butcher of Truth. Yeah, we're not beating that card. Yeah. What, is he going to draw 12 cards? Alright, I don't think our opponent's going to have to show us too much more. So, I'm just going to concede. So let's bring in Linvala. Let's bring in... He seems like he's a little bit more broken than our last opponent. I guess a Fiend Hunter does deal with Kozilek, sort of. Maybe just not winning if that card comes down. Alright, is Revelark Price again worse than the Angel of Sanctions? I feel like Archangel of Fiend's not exactly what we want here. Oops, 41 cards. Didn't mean to have 41 cards, but there we go. Definitely going to keep this hand. Need to draw a land, but as soon as we draw a land, then we get to cast all of our expensive stuff, and we get to cast a hanger back on turn 1. Not amazing, but turn 2 Linvala will probably make his deck very hard to function. It's not going to stop Channel, but it'll stop all of his mana guys. Let's go ahead and do that. And I guess if nothing else, we get to cast Honor of the Pure next turn. Hey, with that. If he plays a mana guy and we draw a land, we'll definitely play Linvala. If he doesn't and we draw a land, then we'll play Elsbeth. Right, there's a mana guy. So land would be ideal. I'm sure there's a way to say like always heads on this or something. Alright, not really what we needed. So I think we'll just play Figure of Destiny and level up our hanger back. I think that's better than playing Honor of the Pure, pumping nothing. Well, I think Linval is still going to be good next turn if we get it down. Turn after that could be sketchy if he gets a lot more mana acceleration out this turn. I might just be dead here. I'm not really beating Kozilek or something. I mean, maybe we could beat Kozilek. Kozilek's a lot more beatable than other things. Though he's going to be able to keep casting stuff, probably. He can cast anything that costs single green or less. Looks like no further spells, but he does have the Annihilator down. So if we draw land now, we obviously have to Parallax Wave it. Okay, well, it did happen. Then we've got a relatively short window in which to kill him. Definitely attack with Figure here. If he wants to trade his Elvish Mystic for it, I think that works out in our favor for the most part. Don't think he will, though. I assume he's got expensive stuff to do with his manas. Yeah, I mean, we kind of kill him quickly here. If he doesn't have too much of a follow-up. It's going to be a while before Parallax Wave's back in play, unless he kills it. So probably just play Linvala here. I think we can attack with both and play Linvala. Because he can't really block this guy due to threat of activation. And there's all these flips. Alright, yeah, it's going to be Linvala here. Then he actually will be dead next turn. And he's going to be really short on mana. So Mana Crypt definitely pulling through here. Maybe a turn to Kozilek. How about that? Well, not out of the woods yet, I suppose, but feeling pretty good about it. Yeah, he's dead. He's got 4 creatures with activated abilities. Linvala looking pretty awesome right now. Guess we can just kill him with Honor of the Pure. Man, that's 3 out of 4 flips, how brutal. Alright, well, that is good news. So let's see if we can get to the third game here. Do we want to change anything up? Yeah, I just don't know about Wrath, if we can ever really board in this Day of Judgment. He could possibly have a hard time beating Moat. Probably be I'm sure Moat would be in our favor. Like, just if it's on board. I don't know if once you factor in the fact that it, you know, takes 4 mana from us and we have to cast it. I mean, we have to have, it takes up a card slot in our deck. We do have too many cards in our deck, so we'll want to board something out. Probably board out a land on the draw here. You might have a really hard time beating Moat. And we are going to have a lot of flyers. Maybe we just take out like Hero of Blade Hole. I don't think it's going to be that good against him anyway. He's going to have a lot of ground guys. Chances are. Don't think balance is going to be good. Alright. Let's run it. He's going to wisely choose to play first, so looks like a good hand. I mean, Linvala on turn 4 may be a little bit slow. He did mulligan, so that's somewhat good news. I mean, it's unqualifiedly good news. Does have the turn 1 dude. So hopefully he's not channeling turn 2 here. It'd be not good. Hopefully he's just a little bit slow, and then Linvala stops him from doing something big. Or we just draw Mana Crypt. That'd be pretty perfect. Yeah, Mana Crypt would be a good draw. So I think we get Legion's Landing plus pump our guy. Can't not activate the Smuggler's Copter as it stands. Yeah, definitely feels like Linvala's forever away right now. So he's gonna have 5 mana here. Drops like a Garruk or something. It'd be pretty obnoxious. It's not great, but it's not hitting us with it at least. Let's take 4 here. So I guess I drop getting rid of Eureka. Ooh, Leaning Relic Warder is actually the card I was thinking about. And definitely think we need to get his Sword of Body in mind. Linvala will shut down. Linvala plus the Honor of the Pure will block the Exalted Smuggler's Copter forever. And I think we just aren't going to be able to beat that card. So I think that's the play. Let's go ahead and attack. Well, another turn of fading something giant, in which case, after that point, then Linvala is actually going to be... Okay, can deal with that. If all he does is just hit us for 4 again with Smuggler's Copter, no problem. We actually get a flip. If he does that, we actually get a flip our Legion's Landing next turn, which doesn't immediately do that much, but I'll take it. 2 mana up. And I guess we don't really flip it because we want to don't want to make this trade particularly. So I think we'll just attack with, I guess, Vampire plus Figure. Let's go ahead and do that. Can't really block Figure due to threat of activation. I mean, we would let the trade happen if that's what he did. But... Alright, so now we get to cut him off a couple mana, so shouldn't have to worry about any haymakers coming across here. He still can attack with Smuggler's Copter, but we'll get down Honor of the Pure next turn. Maybe get down Honor of the Pure plus Elspeth, which would be pretty great. Well, looks like he does have something expensive. Oh, he's trying to tap it. I think he has a 6 or 7 drop here. I was realizing not so fast with Linvala. The card does have rules text on it. Okay, so there goes Ulamog. Garruk. So we do just kill Garruk next turn. Alright, so how do we want to do this? We don't want Elspeth to just die. We do basically have to like throw away a guy to get this. So I think our play definitely have to kill Garruk. There's a few ways to do that. So what happens if we go Elsbeth plus on Figure of Destiny, attack him at Garrick, Linvala there, and Vampire wherever. And then we're only going to have this guy back to block. Then we play Honor of the Pure. And then if we play Honor of the Pure first, then we get to attack with these three, play Elsbeth, make a 2-2. Then it's not going to be easy for him to... Yeah, I guess we do that. It won't be easy for him to kill Elsbeth then. Eat our token, but I think that's worth flipping the Legion's Landing here. Alright, I'm okay with this trade. We could just pump our guy and eat his. Huh. Strange blocks, I think. Do we just want to pump our guy and eat his dude? Or are we okay with this trade? I think we just want to pump our guy. Then we don't have to worry about protecting Elsbeth. Yeah, let's pump our guy. 5-5. He's left with one card in hand. Alright, well, it's going to be something pretty good. I guess he doesn't have Ulamog in hand. Kozilek's not going to do it. We actually kill him through a non-flyer here. Wormcoil also doesn't do it, so we just win here. Because we could play Elsbeth, jump this guy, it'd be 8 plus 4 equals dead. No, I guess he shouldn't attack. If he didn't attack with Smuggler's Copter, we wouldn't win. But he just can't resist. Happily take 4. Actually, just kill him with a land here, which we have. Or we just kill him on board. What is he doing? Because we can just make this guy into a flyer. So, I guess I'll just do that. Alright, go Super Saiyan and kill you. Alright, well, let's go to the finals. Against Hanjin. Let's see if we can get that trophy. Wrest the trophy from his hands. Our deck's very bad. It is not at all the kind of deck that I want to be playing, but somehow we've been getting there. Alright, looks like a pretty great hand. We've got a 1-drop, and then our choice of 2-drops. Banishing Light for something. Can't mulligan this one. Well, isn't that unfortunate? Alright, Crusader, something to do on 3. What is this? Awakening Zone. It's maybe another deck that, I guess we get that with the Relic Order here. Pretty straightforward then. Better than getting his Mox. just play Crusader here. I don't think we need to Banishing Light his Wall of Roots. He's got a lot of mana anyway, so not really guaranteed to cut him off from anything. And Crusader gets a pretty legitimate clock down. Parallax Wave could possibly be good next turn. Depending on what he does, though, I have a feeling he's going to be doing something pretty good here. Please don't tell me he... Yeah, I think that's pretty good. At least we can Banishing Light that, and it doesn't get any triggers. Let's go ahead and Banishing Light it. So he's going to go down to 10. Down to 8. No, down to 10. Did the math right the first time. And we'll get down our little Kithkin boy here. He just click through his main phase here. Some more to come. Hopefully doesn't have anything giant left. Seems like that was premature. 8-drop? What could be an 8-drop? Okay, that I don't mind. So do we just kill him? 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. If we draw a land, we kill him. That's a land. Alright, well, I'm up against green ramp decks every round, which is kind of interesting because I actually think that's like one of the worst matchups for this deck in general. And we also have a kind of bad version of this deck. Though that being said, I think this version of the deck maybe matches up against him a little bit better because we don't have much, like a lot of times what's bad is you've got all the mana denial and they can just completely ignore it, like Winter Orb and stuff, not very good against Jiraga Tree Speaker. So maybe this version of the deck's actually a little bit more optimized for mono green. So he had a pretty good start. He had 2 pieces of power into what, turn 3 or 4, turn 4 Avenger of Zendikar. That's pretty good. Maybe Sword of Body and Mind we do want here. He had a lot of artifact mana. We had 3 pieces of artifact mana, only the Wall of Roots. Don't know if we really want to bring in Linvala here. It's like kind of reasonable to think he's got more mana, guys. So I think I will bring in Linvala. Take out Hero Bladehold. Bring in Sword of Body and Mind. Take out... I think Revelar's very good. I think we should take an Angel of Sanctions. Probably just take out a land. Flicker was to be okay. I think we want all the 1-drops. Thalia is not amazing. Maybe Thalia can come out. I just hate cutting cheap stuff from this deck, to be honest. Yeah, I think we'll just run this. Alright, well, I gotta keep this hand. Just turn 1 Thalia, I think. Thalia is better against him than those other green decks we played against because he actually had a lot of non-creatures. I mean, hopefully he doesn't play all his non-creatures on the first turn, like Mox and a Signet. That'd be unfortunate. Looks like that didn't happen. So Thalia could actually be pretty good against him. If his plan is to play Signet next turn, it's not going to quite work out. Then we get to play 2 more guys next turn. Give me my always heads button. Ooh, it's It's not something we can cast this turn, but it will be good next turn. So just get in for 2. Play Selfless Spirit plus the Student. Yeah, seems like a pretty good start from us. Like, I'm not sure we could ask for too much more. I'm gonna start Elsbething next turn. Make me so happy if this is Signet. Okay, it's not a Signet, but don't think we care that much about that card. As in theory good as it is against us. Could Banishing Light it, but I think it's better to get down. So if we Banishing Light it, then we get to just level that guy up once, since Banishing Light costs 4. Yeah, I think we're just gonna Elsbeth. Pump on the Student of Warfare. That's gonna be 4, 6, 8 damage. He can chump block the Thalia if he wants. I don't think Elspeth's gonna be dying on the swing back unless somebody plays 2 exalted creatures. He's just gonna chump block. So he's gonna take take a total of 4 damage here. Go to 18. Yeah, Awakening Zone, not too worried about Awakening Zone. He's going to attack Elsbeth. Might Banishing Light the Awakening Zone, just to cut him off mana if we don't have anything else to do. Flicker Wisp really doesn't do anything. I mean, it's just another creature. Unfortunately, we're short due to Thalia of doing both. How much damage are we going to do to him this turn? So 3/3, so 7 damage, put him to 9. I think we do just Banishing, or no, sorry. We do 3, 7, 10 damage, put him to 6. And then, yeah, I think Flicker Wisp will let us get through if he has a blocker next turn, and then this prevents him from playing like a 6-drop next turn. So I think we'll go with that route. So +3/+3 on whatever. Level this guy up twice. See if he's got a big 5-drop here. Muldrifter, don't think that's going to do it. Alright, well, looks like we got a trophy with this pile. So we get a Flicker Wisp away the Muldrifter, and then that's easily lethal. I think he would have been definitely better off just chump blocking any turn with the Elsbeth, but or with the Kitchen Finks. Taking random counters off our Elsbeth doesn't really do anything. And with Thalia, we don't have to worry about any kind of free spell. So let's just go ahead and do it. Alright, well, there's a trophy. With a pretty mediocre mono white deck, just played against green every time. So, see you for the next one.